Hello, this is my fig cutting follow-up video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Any questions can be left in the comment section and I will answer as soon as I can. Okay, so here we are 3 weeks after starting these cuttings and we have all kinds of action going on with them. Different ones are doing different things and of course that means we have to treat them differently. There are mainly 4 different scenarios here, so let's take a look. Scenario 1. Your cutting is showing roots in the bag and no growth above. This is very common and actually a good sign. It means your cutting is developing a strong root network and getting stronger daily. It also means you don't have to worry about sun and water just yet. And all I would do here is be patient and wait until you see top growth. Don't worry, it'll come soon. And by the way, good job at getting the right moisture level in the bag. Scenario 2. You see no roots in the bag, but you see top growth from the cutting. This either means that the roots are there, but they haven't yet reached the edge of the bag, or, hopefully not, there are no roots at all, and this top growth resulted due to the moisture in the cutting that was amplified by wrapping the cutting. Generally, this top growth should call on the cutting to shoot out roots and supply it with the needed energy, so you may have to be a little bit more patient to see the roots, or, unfortunately, it could be due to bad soil conditions. Most of the time, it's from over wet planting medium, which may have damaged the cutting underneath. However, while usually unlikely, it could also be from lack of humidity in your planting medium. If you're using a heat source below your cuttings, you should see condensation on the sides of your bags. If you don't, then you may need to add some water. The way to do that is to very carefully remove the elastic without moving the cutting and gently pour water down the sides of the bag so the water goes on the sides and eventually ends up at the bottom of the bag, staying away from the cutting. This will increase your humidity in the bag without wetting and rotting the cutting. Then carefully reapply the elastic in the same spot as before. Scenario 3. You see no roots in the bag and no top growth from the cutting either. This is probably the worst scenario, but it's very similar to scenario 2 and means either that the roots are there but they haven't yet reached the edge of the bag, or, hopefully not, there are no roots at all and your cutting is either dead or the soil conditions are bad. Most of the time, it's from over wet planting medium, which may have damaged the cutting. However, while usually unlikely, it could also be from a lack of humidity in your planting medium. Again, if you're using a heat source below your cutting, you should see condensation on the sides of your bags. If you don't, then you may need to add some water. The way to do that, just as described before, is very carefully remove the elastic and gently pour water down the sides of your bag so the water will eventually end up at the bottom of the bag, staying away from the cutting. So you'll increase your humidity in the bag without wetting and rotting the cutting. Again, reapply the elastic in the same spot as before. All right, scenario 4. This is the best case scenario where you have both roots in your bag and growth coming from the top. This means your cutting is now a plant, and it also means that you now have to start taking care of this plant. Here, I would find something to prop up the bag, remove the elastic, put it in a sunny window or under some grow lights, and make sure it has the water it needs to grow. I would continue to water near the edge of the bag for a while. What you also want to do is give it a very minor amount of diluted nitrogen-rich fertilizer. Here I would use this all-purpose Miracle-Gro because you can see here the first number of these three numbers is representing nitrogen. Nitrogen helps the plant grow. I would use a quarter of the recommended strength so as not to shock my baby plant. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.